What's up people? In today's video we're trying out Prodigy, and I have to be honest, I haven't really thrown Prodigy at all, so this is very exciting. The legend himself, Mattias Johansson, Instagram right here, check him out. He reached out to me and said, why don't you try out the Prodigy lineup? And he just picked out an entire bag for me with 18 discs that I should try out today. Starting off at hole 2, because there's a class of kids at hole 1 making a lot of noise. Second video in a row where I have a problem with kids. But yeah, starting off here at hole 2, 83 meters downhill, slightly turning left, OB entire right side. We're doing 2 off the first, and I want to throw something kind of flippy here on a hyzer and push it up to straight and kind of just push towards the basket the entire way. So starting off with PA4 and PA5. This one should be flippier, but I've test thrown each disc twice and this one was actually really flippy. So starting off with the PA5, that's perfect. Oh my god, it just kept on flipping. I thought it was perfect. It never stopped flipping. Okay, but PA4, which should be more stable, but I think this one is actually more understable. So a lot of hyzer on this one. That has to be perfect. Go in. Oh, that was so close to going in. Just under the basket, I think. That's pretty close. I wonder if I can make this putt. Yay! If you guys want to support me, check out pug.se, get my merch, all of these options, like this shirt and this cap and this new bucket hat as well. Very nice. Also check out bouncebackdiscgolf.com, link right here, for the best disc golf towels in the game. You can get all of these different patches and towels and funny quotes and weird designs and yeah, a lot of great stuff and 100% the best disc golf towels in the game. And if you guys are enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're getting closer to that 2,000 subscriber mark, so if you want to support me and help me out, give me a sub. Back to the video. Hole 3, 95 meter, par 3, uphill, slightly turning right and then straightening out at the end. I think I'm going with the D2 on this one. I just want to hit the gap and kind of drift right. I'm happy with being long of the basket, not short. So going with the D2 here. No! I thought I was gonna flip faster. That's really bad. We're scrambling. Horrible position over here. But I'm going with the MX1 on a forehand. Hit the fairway and get myself a chance for a par save. Oh, this is really tricky. Go, 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 go. No. Alright, we're gonna have to get this one in the basket to save par. Let's give it a bid with the Fractal PA3s. Go, 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 go! Oh, that was so close. Oh, it had the line just faded in front of it. That was such a good bid. Alright, starting with a birdie, but following it up with a bogey, which is very sad. But it's okay. We're gonna get more birdies. Hole 4, 61 meters, pretty much straight ahead. Pretty tight gap, but should be manageable. And here we're going for the ace with the P Model S, which flew really straight when I tried it out earlier. Okay, it's a bit more overstable than I thought. Sit. Still a putt. Really bad footing here, so having to go with a straddle, but I'm inside the circle and have a chance for the birdie. I'm really liking these putters actually. When I was warming up, I stood there for like 10 minutes and practiced putting with them. They feel very nice. I don't know, very flat and great plastic. Yeah, feels good. Alright, we're walking past hole 1 when we're going to hole 5, so let's take that one on the way. Par 3, 85 meters, turning slightly right, OB entire left side. And just for fun, we're going with the F9, the stupidly understable fairway driver, and we're going for a roller here. Because normally my sunbird here is actually a valid play, so I'm gonna try to do kind of the same thing. Flip over, flip over, flip over. Yes, it's coming. It's parked. Let's go. That was so good. F9, flippy boy. Good bounce back from the bogey. Getting 2 birdies in a row. So now we're back on track. -2 through 4. That's okay. Right, hole 5, 92 meters, pretty much straight ahead. Kind of want to do a pushing hyzer, and I don't really know what to throw here. But I'm going with this one. F3 should be a pretty straight fairway, so slight flip up on the right side and then just push straight. Oh no, it flipped more than I thought. That was flippy. That's not good. We're kind of learning on the go here. FX4. I think this one is more overstable. That was definitely more overstable. Yeah, we're scrambling. Horrible position here, but I'm still gonna give it a bid. I think maybe I can do this instead. Ah, no height. That was bad. Sit. But this F3 actually flew really nice. I didn't think it was gonna be this flippy, and that's why I didn't give it enough hyzer. But it actually flew exactly how I want a fairway driver to fly on this hole. So that's good to know, learning as we go, but yeah, this one flew really nice. All right, hole 6, 78 meter, par 3, downhill, slightly turning right at the end. I think I'm going with the feedback here. When I tested it out, it flew kind of straight on my forehand, but then had a pretty good hook at the end. So I think this should be pretty good here. Just hit the gap, go out left and fade back at the end. Oh, I didn't trust it enough. Oh my God. I hit the pole. It rolled down and hit the pole vertically. That was a really bad shot, but I hit the pole anyways. That's crazy. I don't even know how this happened. I hit over there, then trickled down, hit the pole. I don't know. What disc is this? Was it a D1? It doesn't say. I think it's a D1. When I threw it, it was stupidly overstable. It didn't even want to fly. But here on hole 7, 140 meter par 3, basket on the right side, OB entire left side. So going with the D1 on a forehand. I think I'll have to give this a bit of Annie. Oh my God! It was even more overstable than I thought. That's crazy overstable. Very out of position here, but we do have kind of a gap, so we're gonna give it a bid. Come on. Come on. No, it faded out. Ah, it looked good. But these are way more overstable than what I'm used to putting with. But solid bid. It's okay. Maybe I can get some extra push from the ground here. I almost missed that. It got stuck in my hand. Yikes. Hole 8, kind of a make or break your round type of hole. Island hole, 64 meters downhill. If you're trying to park it, the OB is really close to the basket. But over there on the right side, it's actually a lot more open. But I think we have the touch to kind of park it. So we're going with the A2, which is in this like really tacky plastic. You would never need a birdie bag for this type of disc. Should be really overstable, so I'm throwing it on an Annie out towards the right side and then letting it come back and dive down. The important part is the distance here. Okay, it was not as overstable as I thought, but it's in bounds. That was the perfect distance, but I thought it was more overstable. But that should be a really nice approach disc actually. I feel like it's kind of similar to the MX1, maybe a bit slower though. Yeah, pretty much exact same flight path. But the MX1 is faster. Let's go for the ace with the PA4 instead. That's so flippy! That's crazy. And then the PA5. Look at how it's still flipping. I threw it with like 2% power and it never stopped flipping. That's insane. Let's finish with the A4. Ace. Oh, that was so close. A bit wide though. Hit some branches on the way out. Great line though. Alright, first jump putt with the PA3s. Let's see if it feels as good as the normal putts. Oh, that was so high, but it's in. But it feels good. Like, these putters are actually really nice. Like I said, a lot more overstable than what I'm used to, but lies really good in the hand. I don't know. Feels really nice. Hole 9, 64 meters, straight uphill. I think the best play here is to actually hit the ground like 10-15 meters in front of the basket and then just skip up the hill, because it goes really straight pretty much no matter what angle you have on the disc. So I'm going with the feedback here, just throw it really hard and straight into the ground basically. Missed the line, skip up. That was really bad. My foot got stuck here on the plank, so I couldn't rotate my foot. So I shanked it, but it went through, which is very fortunate. I know how this one flies now, and so far this is the favorite, I think. Let's try to go with an air shot instead of throwing it into the ground. Sit, sit, sit. Okay, it's sat. That was a good shot. That flies really nice actually, kind of like my Essence I feel like. Slight tester here for the birdie. Oh my God, it's so high again. Ah, okay, it's in though. That was just bad. What's going on? Why can't I putt? No pictures on the scorecard. Horrible tee shot and a bad putt, but doesn't matter. Hole 10, 80 meters, very straight. On top of kind of a boulder though, so roll away potentials pretty much everywhere. I think the closest you can put it to the basket without being on the boulder is on the right side, but the boulder is actually bigger on the left side, so you could slide up to it on the left side, but I don't really know. We're going with a straight mid-range here. I think it's a M2, looks like MZ, but I don't know. I think it's M2. It flew very straight though. And it's the Sorry Guys by Gannon Burr with the Mando signs. That was funny. Just keep it straight. Middle of the fairway entire way. Get up! Get up! Get up! Sounded like I hit something very late, so I think it's actually up there for a putt for the birdie. Barely outside the circle here, I think. So let's go for another jump putt. Really bad footing here though. Can we make 2 out of 2? No, that was so bad. I didn't get a clean release. Oof. I almost died. Please don't tell me I rolled. Okay, it's okay. Sat right there. It's a par. Hole 11, 70 meters, straight downhill. There is actually a outside gap though, here on the left side. Looks pretty tight now though, because some branches and stuff have grown out. But I think I'm still gonna go for it, because I want to use the MX1 here. So forehand flex line out on the left side, come back at the end. That was not as overstable as I thought it was. Felt good out of my hand. I don't know these discs well enough. Let's give it a bid here. I want to make one of these long ones. No, it's fading out. I think it's gonna hold that line for a little bit longer. It's a par, which is unfortunate. This is one of the holes you really want. Well. Hole 12, 110 meter par 3, slightly uphill and slightly turning left the entire way. According to me, one of the trickier holes here on the course. Going with the D2 here. Just slight hyzer flip up down the middle, push it kind of straight. Just get it up there. Important part is to just hit the gap and push it up the fairway though. If you miss the gap here, you're probably scrambling for, with a good scramble, a bogey. Otherwise, could be a triple. Miss it. No. Hit the one thing in the way. We're scrambling. Not as out of position as I thought it would be. So let's give it a slight bid here with the A4 on a forehand. No way, that's so bad. Sit. It got stuck on my thumb. That was horrible. Try the A2 instead. Yeah, that's easier. I thought the A5 was gonna be good on a forehand, because the A2, A3 and A5 feels really nice on forehands. I didn't really like that on a forehand though. Felt kind of weird, and that's why it got stuck on my thumb. Had a wobble release, very bad. And now we have kind of a tester for par instead, which is very unnecessary. But it's okay, because the PA3s delivered today. That's nice. Hole 13, par 4, 170 meters. First shot, hit the gap, push left. Second shot, go over the OB ditch in front of the basket, either left or right side, and give yourself a birdie putt. Going with the FX4 here. I would go with the F3, but I don't really know what hole I'm gonna use this one on if I don't throw it here. So going with the FX3 here. Go left. I was straighter than I thought it would be. I know the numbers don't say that, but when I tested it out on the field, it flew very overstable. Let's see what would have happened if I threw the F3 instead. Because I think I can flip it up and just glide left instead. Wow! They never stopped flipping. That felt like the PA5 but fairway edition. Okay, it's flippier than I thought. My Essence would have stopped flipping and then kind of just held that line, but that pretty much never stopped flipping, so interesting. Somehow went through all of this and I have a very open approach here. But it felt like we had a bit of a headwind when we went down the hill, so that explains why both the FX4 and the F3 went straighter than I thought they would. But let's give it a bid here with the A2. Try to go for the eagle. No height. Sit. Yeah, that was bad. Let's give the A4 a second chance. Let's try it on a forehand here. Okay, now it felt nice. I must have just done something very weird on my approach up there. This is an unfortunate result. Now I have this in the way. That was bad. Let's go wide straddle then. Oh, not that wide. We got it. It's okay. Hole 14, 103 meter par 3, straight and then very hard up left. So either cut the corner and go in between the trees or kind of get a skip up to the left. Going to D2 here. Now skip up there. Come on. Miss that one, please. Yes. Okay. It's a chance. This hole is my nemesis on this course. I don't know. Never works out for me. But now it did, so I'm happy. But look how stupidly overstable this D1 is. I've only thrown it on a forehand so far, so now you can see how it flies compared to the D2, for example, on a backhand. That was a good shot, actually. And I actually forced it over to the Annie. It kind of flew okay, but when I released it flat, it flew almost like a tilt. It was so overstable. Just outside the circle here, which is better than what normally happens on this hole. I don't even think I've ever had a birdie here, so let's make it right now. Let's go. That felt very good. Hole 15, 63 meters uphill. Normal gap is to go for a hyzer out here, but you could actually go for the forehand inside gap here. Roll away kind of comes more into play then, so I'm going with the normal play. And I don't know when to use this, so I'm gonna get rid of it here. It's the Glow H1, which is stupid stupidly overstable. I feel like this is more overstable than my Captain's Raptor, which is my really overstable fairway forehand approach disc. Just gonna throw it pretty hard and straight up into the air, and hopefully it finishes left and gives me a look for the birdie. I think that worked out pretty well actually. Hopefully it didn't roll out the backside, but that was good. But like I said, stupidly overstable. That goes nowhere. Yeah, this worked out way better than I thought it would. You have to throw something slower if you want to park it. So this is basically best case scenario right here, which leaves me with a death putt. Let's not think about that. Let's just put it in the basket. That was pretty sketchy and very timid, but it's in. Hole 16, 104 meters straight downhill. Did I mention that it's straight? Well, it's straight. When you hit the line here, it's so satisfying, but that's easier said than done. But we're gonna try to do it here with the M3. Slight hyzer, flip up the flat and just try to get it to glide very, very straight. Flip more, flip more, flip more. Oh, that's so good. Like I said, so satisfying when you actually hit the line. That was very nice. Go in. Am I just that good? One more. Okay, that is more overstable. So the archive is actually more overstable than, what was that? The M2? No? Yeah, M2 I think. But they have the same flight numbers. Let's go for a float the ace round with the P Model S. But I have to trick myself into doing what it's actually gonna do. So I'm imagining that this is the Challenger OS right now. No, it's more overstable. Which is crazy. It's more overstable than the Challenger OS. But I think my Challenger OS is a little bit beat in. It was a bit shorter than I thought it was though, so a bit of a tester here. No way, dude. It was a tester. That's sad. Ah, that sucks. That's a par. Thought we had the birdie here. And I missed the birdie putt. For that I want to say sorry guys. Hole 17, 80 meters, straight ahead. OB in front, behind and right of the basket. So kind of plays like an island hole, but you could lay up short if you want to. But since we missed that birdie putt on 16, let's make up for it with an ace right here with the archive. By the way, last disc that I haven't used for an actual shot, so let's make it count. It's not that overstable. Come back. Sit. Okay, it's safe. That was bad. I wanted an ace, or at least a good run here. That's sad. Let's go for a couple more. M3, slight hyzer flip. Oh, that's so good. No, it dropped. Hit the pole. And then MX1. Skip in. No. Park though. Let's just make that basket explode instead. F3. It just keeps on flipping. That felt so good. But it just keeps on going. Tester here again. Let's commit to the line this time. It's in. That's a birdie. And I think that brings us to -8. And I think -8 is what we need for a 1,000 rated round. So we might have done it. Hole 18, par 4, 175 meters, pretty much straight ahead. OB left, right the entire way. And a pretty tight fairway for the second shot. Very important to actually land in the middle. Otherwise you will be very out of position to attack for the birdie. And that birdie actually brought us to -9. Not -8. So that's very nice. And I think we've secured the 1,000 rated round. But it feels very nice to get a 2-digit under par round. So let's try to get the birdie here and get to -10. Going with D2. Now come back. Right behind the birch. Might be a bit pinched, but we'll see what we can do. Decent shot. Let's go for some distance with the D1 instead. That's perfect. Why didn't I do that? It was actually a lot shorter than I thought it was, so I'm not pinched behind the birch. Doesn't really matter, but better position from the D1. But just for fun, we're gonna end it with the F9 roller right there. Throw it out towards the left side, cut over really fast and just go right to the basket. I think I have to give it some Annie though. Curl, 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 curl. Quick, go! It's inbounds, but it didn't go as far right as I wanted. Didn't give it enough Annie. Should have just gone putter backhand with like the PA5 right here. That never stops flipping, so I can basically throw it straight, maybe even hyzer. That's crazy. It basically flies like a forehand because it never stops flipping. It flips as much as a forehand disc would fade. That's a sheet disc. I think Isaac Robinson would like that. because it doesn't throw forehands. Tester putt for the -10. Let's make it count. Come on. Just outside the circle here, and pretty fitting to have a 10-meter putt for the -10 round. So let's make it count. Come on. I really want -10 here. That's a good score. Especially good when we're experimenting as we go along. Got it. Let's go. It was low, but it's in. -10. Let's go. Got it. With only Prodigy discs. And with a bogey, that's correct. And that -10 round brought us to 1028 rated round. That's really good. What the heck? Is that correct? But U-disc ratings aren't always accurate. But let's look at a recent event that was here and see what -10 is. No, that's correct. That's impressive. With this that I don't know how they fly. So, but a quick rundown on the discs. Fractal PA3s. Really nice putting putters. Feels so good in the hand. F9, so much fun. It's so flippy. Perfect for rollers. Kind of like my Sunbird, but actually usable. And I think a lot of beginners would like it as well, because the glide on it is insane. Because you can see how much of a pop top it has. The PA5, now that I know how it works, that's crazy. I've never thrown a putter that flips so far, like it never stops flipping. I have my really understable Luna that I can just hyzer flip and get it to an angle and then it holds. But this one like keeps on going, just never stops flipping. I've never seen that before, so that's crazy. Very interesting. P Model S, now that I know how it works, insanely usable overstable putter. Like I said in the last video about the Challenger OS, most overstable putters aren't really overstable, they're just straight and then kind of dice at the end. So for a putter to be overstable, it almost has to be like an approach disc, like the A2 or a Tactic or a Zone or the A5 that I was talking about. But this is actually like a real putter and it's really overstable, so very nice disc. Quick notes about the mid-ranges, all of them really nice. M2, very straight. M3, really nice flip up and then just holds. Like on the downhill hole. Unfortunately we didn't get the birdie, but the M3 flew really nice. Archive, kind of like the M2, maybe a bit more bite, so a bit more overstable. And then the MX1, these angles fight out, like in this clip right here. It flies so nice, so reliable. F3, like I said before, like the PA5, really never stops flipping. Yeah, kind of like my Essence, but never stops flipping. So very interesting. I don't know if I like it or not, but that could be very usable for some holes. Feedback flies kind of like a Thunderbird. Very nice, versatile, usable. FX4, didn't get a great feel about the disc. Didn't really throw it that much, but kind of straight and should have a little bit of bite at the end. H1, crazy overstable. Only threw it once, but we got the birdie, so works nice. Does what it should, I guess. D2 goes so far. When I warmed up and kind of tried the discs out, I threw it twice. Might be one of my furthest throws ever on the first throw that I did with it, because I just hit it flat and wanted to see how much it turns, and it just went over like this and held it for so long. I think it was like 140, 145, somewhere around there. That was crazy. And then the D1, really overstable, but when you actually force it over, flies really nice. And then last but not least, the A2, very nice approach disc. Not the biggest fan about this kind of plastic. It's so chalky. I don't know. I don't really like it. So I think I enjoy my A5 a bit better there. Maybe if I had a A2 in the same plastic, I would enjoy that more, because this flight path is really nice. But that's been it for this time. We got the 1000 rated round. Plus, again, huge shout out to Mattias Johansson. Check him out. Instagram right here and in the description. Without him, this video wouldn't be possible. So thank you very much. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next. Don't forget the bell as always. And I'll see you guys in the next one.